This is Bob Dylan. In 1963, he recorded the song, "The Times They Are A-Changin'." As you can see, the times changed for Bob. There's his picture in 2013. But the challenge is the times are always changing. The only question is, how are you keeping up with the times? And as an example, this is the last print issue of an American icon, Newsweek magazine. Is that the end of an era or the beginning of one? I want you to think about that. In the hallway of our condo building, they dropped off all the yellow pages this year. We have 84 units in our building. As you can see, 2 people actually took the yellow pages, because this is a picture that I took 3 weeks after they were dropped off. Evidently, somebody needed a booster seat or a doorstop, because no one uses the yellow pages in that book anymore. I use Google, don't you? Yeah. Some people use Bing. They say Bing helps you decide. I decided to use Google. And just understand, people don't look up things anymore. That's why the yellow pages went away. They search for things, and they search online. And when they find what they're looking for, and they find what they want, they look for proof. Someone else has already authenticated this or not online. In the new world of business, what you say about yourself is nothing compared to what others post about you, or tweet about you, or blog about you, or YouTube about you, or even what your neighbors say about you. So let's look at the customer. The customers are changing the way they buy. And they're called the new customer, but really the new customer may be your old customer in disguise. They're just more savvy. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Jeffrey Gitomer. You may know me as the author of the Sales Bible, or the Little Red Book of Selling, or the Little Gold Book of Yes Attitude, or the Little Book of Leadership, or any one of my other 8 books. But today, I'm going to give you a brief yet compelling and thought-provoking talk about sales and how you can influence more of them. This is called taking the lead in sales, in business, in growth, and in your community, building loyalty and reputation both online and in person. But before we get started, I want to talk about a major learning rule that I have. I don't want you to say, "I know that." Rather, I want you to say, "How good am I at that when I make a point?" You know, for example, that you need a great voicemail, but how good is it? So I'm not here to teach you. I'm only here to help you. And I want you to understand that the object of this entire lesson is make you think. Thinking is important, but if I ask you to get out your calendar and show me the word think in there, where you've made an appointment with yourself, most important person in the world, you probably haven't. This is a place and a time to concentrate on you. It is your day. Lots of things are going to happen today, and my talk is not a seminar. It's an opportunity. Let me give you the first reality. You lose a sale. Oh, gee whiz, you lost a sale. You lose on value. You lose on relationship. You lose on hustle. You lose on salesmanship. And then you blame it on price. Ooh, that's the reality of a lost sale. Well, he took the lowest price. No, he didn't take the lowest price. You weren't good enough to convince them of the value of your product or service over your competitor. And if you're in sales, you better understand the opposite of blame. It is responsibility. Of course. I either take responsibility or I blame other people for what did or didn't happen. In sales, responsibility is taken, not given. You be responsible to yourself, for yourself, because no one else will. You don't blame the customer. The key is you help the customer. Jeffrey, you don't understand. We have great relationships with our customers. Oh, really? Do you really? Well, how many of you have great relationships with your customers? Let me see, show of hands. Wow, thousands of you have great relationships with your customers. Keep your hand up if you have great relationships with your customers, but you still bid or quote on jobs. Oh, I do. And the customer calls you up and go, "Hey, I really like you, Bob, but you lost this one. Keep it up. Maybe we'll give you the next one." Somewhere in the middle of great relationships and bidding is the The easy button. Yeah, that's it. The easy button. Here's the reality. Repetition is the mother of mastery. This will help you understand how you can gain that marginal sale. If you hear a song once, you tap your foot. Know what I mean? If you hear a song 5 times, you can sing along, whether you're in the car, in the shower, at home. And once you hear the song 10 times, you can sing it on your own. That is the value of repetition. Repetition is the mother of mastery. And mastery is a requirement to help the new customer. When that customer calls and they're ready to buy, how ready are you to be able to complete that sale? That's the big question. Are you out of stock? Did you just sell the last one? Is their warranty expired? No, you have to be ready to sell and ready to serve, ready to say yes. And help me understand this conundrum. Marketing spends millions of dollars, advertising messages, direct mail messages, even online messages that attracts the prospective customer. And $0 in training to convert that prospect into a cash customer or to deliver memorable service. I don't understand that. And that's what we're going to talk about for the balance of this session. The key is training and practice getting ready. This is Malcolm Gladwell. Nice hair, huh? He says, practice isn't the thing you do once you're good. It's the thing you do that makes you good. If you haven't read The Outliers, please get it immediately. There are 4 more keys here to sales and selling. Sales achievement becomes easier with, number 1, branding, and number 2, becoming known. Number 3, being thought about, and number 4, being remembered. But if you know me, there's always a point 5. When it's time to buy or in time of need, you have to be top of mind. Here's the reality. You don't just lead by example, you set the standard. When you set the standard, you're always top of mind. This is the Little Red Book of Selling. It has set the standard for sales books. It is the largest selling sales book of all time. Is that cool or what? And the challenge for me is to continue to set that standard. And the challenge for others is to be able to make sure that they wish they could set the standard. This is my little granddaughter, Claudia. Gosh, I sure hope she can get to go to college. You can help. The sale is made emotionally and then justified logically. Taking the lead also requires that you stay one step ahead of the marketplace and your competitor. And mastery of social media is today's step ahead. I'm going to give you the simple success formula for social media. You start with your core customers and connections. That's your list. And you give them something that they value and compels them to tell others. That is the entire key to winning at social media and business social media. But social media combined with the power of Google is the new formula for sales success. If I Googled you, what subjects would come up under your known expertise? Ooh, that's an ouch question. You see, if you're wanting to meet with a C-level person, there has to be a solid reason for them to want you. They're gonna find out what you're all about, where your expertise is. You have to ask yourself, why would this person want to meet with me? What value am I perceived to be bringing to the table in this meeting? I'm going to give you a hint. Productivity, morale, profit, employee loyalty, and customer loyalty are 5 reasons why a C-level person would want to meet with you. And note, your product or service is not among those 5. So I'm going to give you what I consider to be the big 3 in the new selling process. Number 1, attract the sale. Number 2, influence the sale. And then ultimately, complete the sale. Attract, influence, complete. The basis for your attraction is your business, personal, and social reputation. Attraction is based on consistent value provided, consistent value messaging. And the basis of your influence is the perceived difference. How do I perceive you as different from your competitor or better than anyone else in the marketplace? And your perceived value. What kind of value are you actually bringing to me? But there's a point 5 here. And the point 5 is your ability to transfer your message so that the customer says, I get it, I agree with it, I think I can do it, I'm willing to buy it. The basis of your ability to complete the sale is emotional engagement. I'm going to break it down for you because this is what really completes the sale. Risk reduction or elimination. The customer perceives little, low, or no risk to buy. The customer realizes that they can produce more as a result of purchase. The customer realizes that their morale improves or is not disturbed based on ease of use and memorability of service. The customer realizes that they can earn more profit. Key, not save money as a result of purchase. And one more key point to profit. Your relationship trumps the price of whatever it is that you're selling. The higher your relationship value, the less price matters. And the root word of relationship is relate. If you cannot relate to the other person, they will not buy from you. The customer has to feel that the fit is right. It combines reality with their gut feelings. Does this fit me? Is this really good for me? And that the outcome of purchase is clear. In other words, what happens after they take ownership of your product or service. Your proof, both social proof and video voice of customer, supports all of your claims. If you can prove it, it's more likely that they will buy it. And finally, you're perceived as easy to do business with. 24/7, 365. Those are the new 9 to 5 hours. I'm going to give you an example. Picture this. We just purchased this wonderful dollhouse for Christmas for our 4-year-old daughter, Gabrielle. And it comes in this big 50-pound box with several bags of nuts and bolts. And as we're opening up all the stuff and taking out all this wood and glass, there's no instructions. So we decided to go on, and by the way, Brinket Data is the name of the company. Beautiful dollhouse, unbelievable, 2-story dollhouse. And did I mention there's no instructions? Yeah. So we go on their Facebook page, and my partner Jessica posts up, we didn't get instructions for this specific model. 9:30 at night, 2 nights before Christmas, and 5 minutes later, we had a PDF of the instructions. That's 24/7, 365, 9:30 at night, 2 nights before Christmas. The key to completing the sale is your overall emotional engagement. Sales are no longer about the Benjamin Franklin close. I'm not going to teach you to find the pain. Give me a break. And there's no rah-rah. I'm just being as real with you as I possibly can. Because the old way of selling doesn't work anymore. It's over. It is not the responsibility of the salesperson to close the sale. It's the responsibility of the salesperson to engage the prospect, to prove value to the prospect, to prove differentiation to the prospect. And finally, it is not the responsibility of the salesperson to close the sale. It's the responsibility of the salesperson to earn the sale. Whoa. Now there's a thought. See, failure to capture business is not just a matter of why they did not choose you. Rather, it's a matter of how you failed to convince them. You take responsibility for that. It's a difference between blaming and taking responsibility. It's not the customer. It's not the economy. Not the competition. It's not the internet. It's you, baby. It always has been, and it always will be. The sale is about your attitude, your ability to serve, your knowledge, your technology, and your ability to express yourself in a positive and engaging way. The sale is a matter of who you are, what your attitude is, how much you believe in yourself and your product, and how dedicated you are to personal excellence. Move ahead, baby, to the internet, to business social media. Social media is an imperative in today's marketplace. I wrote a book on it, of course, Social Boom. You can go to Amazon and buy it right now. But I recommend that you wait until I'm finished. The social revolution has changed the way you will sell and serve forever. I want you to think about this. As business social media evolves and matures, all salespeople, all executives, all entrepreneurs will expose themselves for who they are and who they aren't way before a sales call or a sales meeting of any kind takes place. Now, I want you to think about the impact of that. You're coming over to my office. You're wanting to sell me $100,000 worth of your stuff, products or services. And you're going to Google me, aren't you? Sure you are. Google Jeffrey Gitomer. Google Jeffrey Gitomer and Google by Gitomer, my company. Do you think that I'm going to spend an hour with you and not Google you? Are you kidding me? And once I Google you, I'm going to Facebook you. And once I Facebook you, I'm going to find you on LinkedIn. I'm going to look you up on Twitter. I'm going to search for you on YouTube. I'm going to see if you got a blog or a personal website. And you can't stop me. The very same way you're trying to find out stuff about me, I can easily find out stuff about you, and you can't stop me. You're going to walk into my office and say, let me tell you a little bit about it. I already know about it. Tell me something that values me. Tell me something I don't know or can't look up online. Ouch. Social media is the customer's way of finding out everything about you and your product or your service and your company. And business social media is the new sales call. It levels that playing field in a way that has never been leveled before. Business social media is the huge now opportunity. The only question is, how are you taking advantage of it? The challenge for you is to communicate value to every customer every week. I do it through my email magazine, Sales Caffeine. I recommend you subscribe to it, not just to get my information, but to see what it is that I'm doing and emulate that or replicate that. I go to every customer every week. Not many people, only about 400,000. What messages could you be sending? What messages should you be tweeting and posting that would help your customer and attract new customers? Maybe it's your approach. This is a cartoon from the Little Red Book. Remember, you can't just waltz in and sell something. First, you have to lick his face for a few minutes. That's called rapport. How many of you have a pet? How many of you have a spouse? How many of you have a spouse and a pet? How many of you go home at night and go like this, hi, honey, I'm home. Hi, poopsie, whoopsie, poopsie. Keep in mind, you may want to greet your customer like you greet your pet. I want you to move ahead to service that rocks and a sincere appreciation for business. When you thank somebody, look them in the eye. Don't tell me what the airlines tell me. You're all set. What do you mean I'm all set? Oh, you mean thank you, right, for my $1,000 ticket? Isn't that what you should say? Thank you. Didn't your mom teach you all that stuff when you were growing up? Move ahead to relationships, value, and loyalty. Question, what are you doing to ensure your customers' loyalty? You see, loyalty is defined by me as repeat business and referrals. Satisfaction is over. It's absolutely bogus. I don't care if someone's satisfied. You have a ton of customers that are never satisfied, and they keep doing business with you, don't they? What do you call those people? Loyal, and that's all that matters. The reality is that all of your customers and all of your prospects have and are on a mission. And if you can uncover their mission, you will also uncover their motive. You'll uncover their motive, and once you do that, you'll uncover their desired outcome. That's the key. Uncover their desired outcome. What happens after they take ownership matters a heck of a lot more than your slideshow. Motive and desired outcome are where the sale is. Think about that. So, I've just given you an earful. I've just given you a brain full. What's the first thing you're going to implement once this amazing day is over? And the answer is you go back to your office and you ask yourself this one question. Who do I need to become to attract who I want and what I want? Because the person that you want to become is how all decisions should be based. I want you to record your notes, not just from my talk, from all talks. I want you to record your sales presentation, because if you want to hear something funny, your sales presentation is funnier than Leno, Letterman, and Seinfeld combined. Wait to hear what you say when the customer says, I want to think about it, or your price is too high. It's hysterical. And I want you to record the books you read. And by the way, speaking of books, my new one, the 21.5 Unbreakable Laws of Selling, will come out in September. And I want you to make sure that you email laws@gitomer.com. That's what the book looks like, 21.5 Unbreakable Laws of Selling. And you can email jeffrey@gitomer.com or laws@gitomer.com. Laws will get you on the waiting list, and it will get you qualified to have hundreds of dollars worth of free stuff from a bunch of affiliates of mine. I'm also launching all of my stuff. Every book I've read, every book I've written, and every webinar that I've ever done, and a bunch of other stuff will be on demand all the time. All Jeffrey, all the time. Call our office, 704-333-1112. We'll get you a free demo. Oh, I'm a partner with Ace of Sales. Ace of Sales is starting to rock the business world. It's starting to rock the sales world. This is an add-on to your CRM that will actually help you make a sale. If you go to aceofsales.com, all one word, and enter the promo code INSIDE, you'll get a 30-day free trial. You don't have to enter your credit card or anything. It's just 30 days on me. Give it a whack. I want you to post your goals. I want you to take a Post-it note and put your goals on your bathroom mirror. Just a few words about them. And when you achieve them, put them on your bedroom mirror so that every morning when you're getting dressed, you can see your success. I want you to take responsibility. It's the biggest issue that you've got. And like me, every day I want you to feel good about who you are by helping other people feel good about who they are. I perform random acts of kindness. This is a photograph taken in Paris at the Church of the Madeleine. An older gentleman carrying a cane and a bag faltered halfway up the steps to the church. I ran and got him and helped him up the rest of the steps. This picture was taken at the very end of my journey with him. This guy thanked me with his whole body. He didn't speak a word of English. Didn't matter. Thank you is a universal smile. Now, who do you think felt better at the end of that journey, me or the guy? Yeah, of course, it's me. Random acts of kindness are great for other people, but boy, it makes me feel like king. So a random act of kindness is something that I combine with my daily goal. I also make 10 people smile every day. And you know, by making other people smile, it makes me smile, and everyone's smiling, and I feel great all the time. I'm challenging you, like I challenge myself, to do the right thing all the time. It is difficult, especially in a world where people don't do the right thing. I'm challenging you to be first class. There's a value in that. And the value is how you are known by your peers. What do they say about you when you're gone, or after your presentation is over, or just in general? Do they say first class guy, first class woman as part of what they say? That's the challenge that you want to be able to face, meet, and exceed. Me personally, I'm a dad, and I'm a granddad, and I take care of my family. I have 4 daughters and 4 granddaughters, all girls, all the time. I spoil them. I never strike them. I never yell at them. They're my kids. They're my grandkids, and they're girls. You honor girls. They rule the world. So I've had an honor over the past couple of years. I've partnered with the Dale Carnegie organization. Dale Carnegie was a thinker. I'm their first partner, by the way, in 100 years. Dale Carnegie wrote 2 books, How to Win Friends and Influence People, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. They are the benchmark books of American business. Own them, read them, study them, put them into practice. Once you read them a couple times, you'll realize that there's a common thread that goes through those books. It's 2 words. Be yourself. That way, you're at one with the other person, and they love or get to like or get to respect who you are. You want to figure out a way to be yourself? It's real easy. Splash in a puddle and dance in public. Instead of being yourself, dare to be yourself. My name is Jeffrey Gitomer. I give value first. I help other people, and I strive to be my best at what I love to do. I establish long-term relationships with everyone, and I have fun, and I do that every day. I found that a secret. When you love what you do, all of your days are the same. They're holidays, baby, and I wish the same for you. Thank you for being my customer today. Someone just called there, just wrote in. If you have questions, just put them in there. Put them in the little question box, and I will be there. Just wrote in. If you have questions, just put them in there. Put them in the little question box, and I will be there. So the challenge is the promo code is INSIDE, and it'll work in a little while. Just give it a little bit of time. Oh, someone's clapping. Thank you very kindly. All right, so here's the deal. Just put your questions in here. We have a few minutes to answer them, and please repeat the invite and the promo code laws@gitomer.com or the promo code INSIDE for Ace of Sales. Ace of Sales, by the way, is rocking. We've just signed on some huge customers, and it will benefit you. It's the only program that helps you make a sale. Getting lots of feedback. Get yours off of there. Just close it. Thanks. You're welcome. Come on, give me some questions here. Can I get a copy of the presentation? No. How do you... Here we go. Wowie, wow. Come on. No questions, Jeffrey, but great presentation. Okay. What was the phone number again? 704-333-1112. The language that I'm using seems culturally limited. That's probably because I'm culturally limited. Are we all going to have to become better at talking on camera? That's a skill. I've been doing it for 12 years. You're right, it is a skill. It's a learned skill, and you need to just be relaxed enough to do it. I think you need to put yourself in front of an audience from Dale Carnegie or an audience from Toastmasters in order to be able to get to the next plateau. How do you greet a stranger and start to talk? I think the easiest way is, hello, my name is Jeffrey. You are? And just start from there. But I've given you the secret. Be yourself. Be yourself. I'm trying to get things coming in so fast I can hardly see anything. It was laws@Gitomer.com. That's correct. LAWS at Gitomer, Gitomer.com. What is the best way to show value in social media? Tweet something or post something or put something on your LinkedIn page that you think your customers can benefit from. If they cannot benefit from you, you got problems. If you're trying to sell yourself, it will never happen. What program did you just recommend for sales? Ace of Sales, ACEOFSELS. Where do we go to subscribe to your weekly message? Go to Gitomer.com, Gitomer.com, and you'll be able to subscribe to everything I've got. What's the first thing you do in your day? Wake up. Second thing I do in my day is usually pee. But the third thing I do is I'll read something or I'll write something, and I do it every day. I've been doing that for 20 years. Did you get my question, Adrian? No, I didn't. Send it again. There's so many questions here, I can't see a damn thing. Did you get my question? What did you teach your daughters about selling? I didn't. I just used myself as an example all day. They read my books, they read my column every week, and somehow they're pretty damn good at it. My company established a sales department less than a year ago. I've been promoted to supervisor. I've done outbound outreach before, but never sales per se. Any advice? Yeah, buy the Little Red Book of Selling and implement it immediately. I've not read any of your books. Well, then go to Amazon.com and get them as fast as you possibly can. You mentioned doing great voicemail. Can you give me an example, a couple of tips? My personal voicemail is my buddy Rizzo, Steve Rizzo, who did Three Stooges imitation of me. But the real challenge is, can you do something that your customers will benefit from? If you sell life insurance, tell me about the first life insurance policy. If you're selling real estate, tell me about the two best real estate deals that have ever been done in the history of mankind. Do something fun. If you're going to leave a voicemail and want it returned, then you say, hi, this is Jeffrey, 704-333-1112. I was speaking with a couple of your biggest customers yesterday. They were talking about you and they said, and you hang up. That will get them to laugh and that will get them to call you back. How can we get a copy of this presentation? I have no idea. I don't think a copy is available, but I think it will be online available for 90 days. Talk to me about engaging a prospect from who is flat and uninspired. There's not a whole lot you can do when the other person is uninspired unless you know something about them personally that you've done some research on, and you can start out with, tell me about bowling, tell me about archery, tell me about traveling, tell me about mountain climbing, something that you know that they have as a passion, and that will help you get to the next plateau. How do you look someone in the eye and say thank you over the phone? It's pretty difficult, but it's not impossible. All you have to do is say, hey, I want to take a moment here and I'm hoping that you're listening with both ears, but press the phone up against your ear very tightly. Are you listening? And they say, yes, I want to thank you very much. What you do is you set the thank you up. Don't just say it. Got that? What is your best open-based question? My best open-based question is, do you want to buy now or do you want to hear the pitch? How do you differentiate yourself from a huge potential customer? You figure out where their values are, you figure out what their specific needs are, and you address it from that specific situation. If you cannot differentiate yourself in their eyes, you will never, ever differentiate yourself to a purchase. What is your solution for turning unsatisfied customers into loyal customers? And the answer is connecting with them personally, visiting them personally, and finding out, number one, what caused the error. Not the word why, but what caused the error. Fixing that and dealing with it consistently with value messages over a period of time, and you may be able to win them back. What is the best advice you have for getting past the gatekeeper? Never go to the gatekeeper. Why are you trying to get past them? Just don't go there. Stand out in the parking lot and wait for somebody. What was the third of the big three attracts? The answer is attract, engage, connect. 8 a.m. PDF, where do we get it? I don't know. Can you elaborate on creating emotion in the sale without building pain? Pain is a bunch of crap. No one wants to find pain. It's a 1972 technique that do you want pain? Suppose I come over and find your pain. It's none of my business. And it's none of your business what my pain is. But what's my pleasure? Ooh, baby. That's something we can all deal with. So instead of finding the pain, find the pleasure. And anyone who tells you to find the pain, punch them in the stomach. That will let them find the pain and shut them the hell up. What do you use as your opening line when you first meet a prospect or client? I try to talk about something that is normal, and I try to something that is engaging, not how's it going. I don't want to be salesy. I want to just be human. How does Ace of Sales work along with your present CRM? And the answer is it will soon. We're creating plugins for everybody. How do you see SM changing service? Oh, social media. It gives the customer a chance to directly communicate with you one-on-one. What should we put on a YouTube channel? Testimonials. How important is the content of your social media versus just being a presence out there? Social media defines your presence. Love your humor. Cool. Love your books. Cool. Patty, you are an excellent judge. What is the one thing I should do today to grow my career? Start loving what you do or get the hell out of it. How do inbound sales reps optimize social media? They probably should not. All you're doing is sitting there taking a phone call, but you need to be Googleable. What is meant by the old way of selling? Trying to close the sale, trying to manipulate the person, trying to find their pain, trying to use old world cliche bullshit when you say something like realistically or frankly or and I mean that or honestly. Whenever somebody says that to me, I throw them out of my office. In your opinion, is cold calling dead? No, it's not dead. It's dead and will never come back to life. Or how would you use social media to augment your activities? I would become a LinkedIn junkie and find out everybody who's in a 100-mile radius of me that has something in a keyword that would relate to my product or service. What other books would you recommend besides Dale Carnegie? Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Is sales becoming more about self-promotion than it is about product or the service? No, sales is becoming more of reputation-driven and how I'm relationship-driven with my customers and my prospects. Reputation and relationship are two of the 3 R's in salesmanship. The rest is responsibility. You take responsibility for yourself. Can I go back and pick up the slides? No, but you can go in and see the archived version for the next 90 days. Love the real talk. Everyone in sales is a stalker thanks to social media. How do you identify a customer as a damn sure buyer? And the answer is you don't, buddy. You just go out there and take your chances. It's pretty much 1 out of 3 if you do it right, unless you're cold calling, and then it's 1 out of 100 if you're lucky. Is Dale Carnegie's school the old way of selling or the new way? I've just rewritten all the courses for Dale Carnegie. They're brand new and they're unbelievable and they're global. So anybody listening now can call their local Dale Carnegie franchise, sign up for what's called Sales Success, and it's the best sales course ever written. Geez, how do you create valuable relationships when your customers choose to communicate via text? Well, at least you have their cell phone number, and all you have to do there is create your wake-up call of the day with a nice positive quote, and you might be able to actually get a response. What is the technology for me to make a presentation like you just did? Call an 18-year-old. It was great presentation. I will call you soon for more info on how to earn the sale. Okay, cool. Do you use LinkedIn? Yes, I do. I use LinkedIn every single day. I respond to people that respond to me. I have about 15,000 connections, and people repost my stuff. I probably have 20 to 30,000 reposts to new connections every day. So I put something valuable on there, and my brethren, my connections look at it, and if they perceive it's valuable enough, they share it on their own page. Should I be using a personal account or a company account, company-sponsored account for tweeting? And the answer is at least do your own, and if you can get the company-sponsored one, then do both. Great presentation. Thank you. You're welcome. Can we replay this? Yes, you can replay it. It'll be archived. Do you think it's best to have a focused topic campaign to build your branding on social media? Yes, I do.